Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 223. Got lots to talk about tonight. Larry came flying in from work. He's ready to rock. He's got to pick up the slack. His flex daddy's tired, per usual. Thank you guys so much for joining us. How's it going, Larry?
It's going well. Yeah, going well. Yeah, got in a little late from work, but not too bad. So ready to rock and roll.
Jennifer says, cool countdown. Like, thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jennifer.
So we're back. Go to gigeconomyshow.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Get notified when new episodes drop. Want to thank our Patreon members, Samson, Bud, Steve, Omar, Delivery Cats, Frank, Jamie, Tom, Jim, Miguel, Linda, and Jerry. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. If you would like to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/thegigeconpodcast. There you can get an extra podcast a month, a t-shirt on your third month of being a Patreon supporter, ad-free episodes, bunch of stuff in there that you can get. If you feel so inclined to support the show, we'd really, really appreciate it. We do offer a 7-day free trial. So if you want to try it out and then just be like, these guys suck. I don't like them. They're ugly. I hate their voices. Not going to happen. You can cancel. So, Larry, you want to tell us about the Telegram group?
Yeah. Our Telegram group, it's a chat app, but not only can you do text chats, you can also do voice chats. So we're out doing good gig work, and you don't want to be dangerous and text while you're driving. You can do the voice messages, which is much easier. We get on there and talk about all things gig related, and what apps are really hot right now, or any new apps that come up, or get on there and vent about our deliveries or our passengers. But we have people all over the country, all over the world on the app. It's good to get in there and make some friends, be able to talk about gig work, and they know what you're going through because they've been there.
Can we honestly say the world now? Because Janet's kind of like,
she still listens.
Does she?
I think so.
I don't know.
I'll send her a message and find out. Well, I'm sure there's people around the world who listen that don't chat
in the Telegram group.
Well, that's a good point. Okay.
All right. It's clickbait. We're professionals. I ruined it.
Okay. Somebody that's out there that's listening, that's not in the United States, get on our Telegram group so we can keep saying that, please.
There you go. And we talked about the Patreon, but another thing that really helps support us is just anything that you see on social media from us. Can you please like it? And then we're trying to grow our TikTok following because I think it would be really cool to live stream to TikTok. So you need 1,000 followers on TikTok, and we're way away from that. We have like 360 or something like that. So if you have a TikTok account, if you go in there and like the Gig Economy Podcast, that would be great.
Yeah, repost,
share with anybody you want. It just really helps. And like I said, if you see anything on social media, just give it a like, a share, a heart, whatever you want to do. Like this episode, there's 9 people watching. I don't see any likes at all. So get on it, please. I shouldn't tough talk you. Stories from the road. Larry, zilch, nothing.
It's been a busy week. We had some of our kids were in for the long weekend for Veterans Day. So I spent some time with them. I was going to go out last Thursday, and then 2 of our sons came in and ended up talking with them pretty late. And I was like, I'm going to bed. It's already 11 o'clock. Same thing on Saturday night. I was planning on heading out. I said we went to Frankfurt for a little bit, which is about a 2.5 hour drive. Got home, started watching the WKU football game. Next thing I know, man, I'm out like a light on the couch. So did not go out Saturday either. So I've been a bum this week, but I will definitely be going out this weekend. It's homecoming week for Western Kentucky University. So
they're doing it on a Wednesday?
No, I don't know I don't know why that was posted on there, but no, it's actually on Saturday, like a normal homecoming. Thank God. So yeah, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday should all be stellar nights to be
Very
out.
cool. Yeah, I just I changed my name from Rat Tail Daddy to Flex Daddy because that's basically all I'm doing right now is flex. One of the biggest problems that we're experiencing right now, at least in my market, is so many new people, and they're not surging like I wish they would. Now, the 2 routes I did get, I got what I wanted, but it was a little bit more difficult, less opportunity to get that hourly rate. So no real stories. I actually did here's the thing. This is why I'm not getting what I want. I had to get up at 3 a.m. and do one to get the hourly rate that I wanted. So I got up Sunday morning and did it. Oh my God, dude.
That's brutal, man. That is brutal.
And they sent me, if you're from Michigan, and at least in West Michigan, they sent me to Montague, which was like, it's way up north. It's the farthest north we go as far as the lakeshore goes. So
yeah.
So went up there, came home, went back to sleep about 7:15, slept till noon. So that was not too bad.
Yeah.
And then proceeded to stay up till 12:30 in the morning watching the Lions game.
Oh yeah, what a game though! My goodness,
trash.
Yeah. You have little faith.
Yeah, but you should hear the people talking about how after that performance by Jared. So Jared's been like unstoppable, Jared Goff,
Yeah.
and that after that performance, that they're like they may make it to the Super Bowl, but they'll never win because he can't beat the Chiefs, he can't beat the Bills, blah blah blah, because he's not being consistent. I'm like, he had one bad fucking game out of the five interceptions. They were like tipped balls. It's not like I mean, he did have a bad game. There's no doubt.
No, he did not have a game. But people have bad game. I mean, I like our quarterback Baker, but he's thrown some interceptions this year.
Yeah,
but,
it happens.
Everybody. It's hard to have a good game every week.
Game,
and that's when you have to rely on other people to pick up the slack, which they did. They still won.
Yep.
And I really thought they were going to win that game.
Yeah, you were so confident. I was like, oh, this is trash. I mean, I still had a little bit of hope, but I was just like, nah, thanks. But
so I'm glad they won, and glad for you, glad for Faith.
Yeah, no kidding. Our because that was that a parlay or is that just one game? She bet on?
No, I think that was just she won some games earlier, and so she decided to bet one more on the.
Never doubt the Lions. Now, if it was 5 years ago, I'd say you're insane to put money on the Lions.
Yes,
you're insane, but it's different Lions now. So
it certainly is. Yeah, and I mean the Chiefs. I know they're still undefeated, but I even saw an article the other day. Is like. The title of it are they the worst undefeated team ever?
I don't think so.
I mean, Mahomes is not having a good year.
No,
Kelsey's not having a stellar year. There's a couple of games they're winning, but I think every one of their games has been by a touchdown or less.
Well, they haven't been as dominant. Like they haven't been winning games like the Lions. 56-10.
Right.
That's what
I'm saying. They should have lost that last game. Nobody should have had a field goal block.
There's conspiracy. If you watch I think it was 54, who just fell down, didn't even defend. I'm like, somebody
took a dive.
Someone took a dive. But anyways, this isn't a football
things have
podcast.
Happened.
Huh?
Yeah, stranger things have happened. I mean, we should have beat them. We should. It came down to the coin toss. The overtime. I hate overtime rules.
The overtime rules are stupid. Each team should get an opportunity to score.
Yes.
That shouldn't be. I mean, they're trying to just get done with the game quicker. I totally get that, but it shouldn't be
no.
You say it's decided by a flip of the coin. It's not really not. It's not though, because your defense didn't stop them.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I agree. But I think each should have a chance.
Yeah.
So
you definitely should.
Anyways, gig economy in the news. I did not have this on the rundown initially, but I just saw it today. Grubhub. Why did I reopen this, you dumbass? I already have it open. Just Eat's Takeaway finally offloads Grubhub, sells to Wonder, which I don't know who that is, for $650 million, a stark 91% less than the $7.3 billion that they paid just 4 years ago.
Oh,
How can you
gosh.
still be in business?
Oh man, that's a just a bloodbath.
Oh
My
my
gosh.
gosh. Wonder, which started as a food delivery business in 2018, but has since pivoted to operating delivery-focused restaurants in New York and Philadelphia, will take on $500 million of Grubhub's debt as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. So yeah, I
That's
mean that
crazy.
it doesn't surprise me.
No.
Who even does Grubhub anymore? Like, I don't even see anything people talking about it at all. I mean, I don't know about if in your market if you've seen it, but yeah, it's just 91% less.
No, I haven't. I mean, that's when I did food delivery. That's what I did more of, just because I seem to never get anything but crap on DoorDash. But I haven't done Grubhub.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I got an email said I haven't done one in a year. So
I think what happened with Grubhub is, and I started food delivery with Grubhub. It was great. I mean, I started it when it came to Grand, which they do in all the cities. You get paid an hourly rate. I would sit at home and get $10 an hour, and I'd never get an order. So I used to make bank, not on the hourly, but like when they started cooking, and it just kind of fizzled out. I think they just didn't pound it like DoorDash did. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that means. Is it advertising? Is it whatever
partnerships?
Who
knows?
But yeah, DoorDash is, as much as they're the evil, food delivery. They did it right. I mean,
they kind of dominated.
They dominated, and God, 91%. They paid billions of dollars for that. I just can't even get over that.
Oh man, yeah, that's called a bad investment.
Yeah, I wonder what happens, because it wasn't just like one person that made that decision, but you often wonder, like, did somebody lose their job when they finally
probably.
sold and be like, hey, James, we're gonna have to let you go because you fucked up.
Yeah, we're selling that and we're getting rid of you.
Right.
Package deal. You're all out of here
for sure. So I thought this was kind of cool. Amazon reportedly working on Echo frames for delivery drivers. So Echo is, I have a bunch of them in my house. It's the devices that you ask about, Alexa. But their aim is to give drivers turn-by-turn directions, therefore shaving off seconds off each delivery. Citing an anonymous source, Reuters said the project is part of Amazon's efforts to increase efficiency in the last 100 yards of the delivery. Codename Amelia, the smart glasses are based off the existing Echo Frames platform. Unlike the current audio-only frames, they would have an embedded display that could give a driver more precise directions. For example, turning left or right after getting off an elevator. Amazon is also exploring camera capabilities using that embedded display, enabling drivers to take photos of the packages at proof of delivery, which that's super cool.
Yeah.
Theoretically, doing all this would allow drivers to carry more packages because the glasses are hands-free, while all those saved seconds would allow drivers to squeeze in more home deliveries in a single shift. Of course, they're not doing it to make it convenient for you.
Right.
And then the article goes in, it's very unlikely that'll happen. I mean, they're thinking about it. It's just, the frames didn't really, no one really likes the glasses, as far as a consumer.
Sure. Yeah. They haven't found, the right style or the right look or something, because people wear them and, most of them they look weird, and, I'm sure they're kind of heavy with the stuff they have to put in there.
Well, it's battery life too. They talked about this for the drivers. I mean, it's got to last 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah, and I'm sure right now they probably don't.
Right. Their last gen Echo frames sold fewer than 10,000 units. I know the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, they said sold pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I would like it, but here's the problem, Larry, as someone that doesn't do Flex, their app fucking is trash.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, how are you going to integrate? I mean, the GPS is good. I have to give you that. That part I love. But like and maybe it's my phone because I have an older Android phone. I don't know. But like when I go to take a picture, it's like a 1 or 2 second delay. I mean, maybe it's my processor. I don't know. It's an older Pixel 4, but it's just, I don't know. It just feels like it's not a great app.
Right. And you would think with as many flex drivers as they have out there that they would have enough money to do some R&D and create a good app. But
Well, the crazy part is it's not just Flex. The DSPs use the same app.
same app. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That really doesn't make any sense.
No. But would I like a glasses kind of system? I would absolutely love it. If I don't have to carry my phone and, try to fumble it while I'm carrying a box. I mean, you're really not going to be able to carry that many more packages without a phone in your hand. I mean, we're all gotten pretty good at,
Balancing things.
balancing that thing. But I do like the option where I could just tap something on the side to take the picture. Although it would be weird to have a little display in there because you wouldn't want to do that on the road. I don't know. I want to see it.
I don't know, a little heads up display inside your glasses. That might take some getting used to.
I'm surprised, speaking of that heads up display, I'm surprised that hasn't become more popular than just these giant screens with, like the Tesla, you know what I mean? It's a giant screen. Okay, great. But I still got to turn. I still got to turn my head and look down. How great would it be to have a GPS? I mean, I guess you could mount it there, but I mean something where it's not mounted and it's just, like a HUD.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we don't see more of that either. I remember when it first, came out and you're like, oh, this is gonna, this is gonna catch on. This is gonna be a big thing because it's been around for a while.
Yeah. So when we do Laugh Fest and get those new cars, they do have a lot of them have HUDs in them and they do have the GPS on it. But
Nice.
it would have to be like, I don't know. I don't know. It would have to be app integrated, right? It couldn't be just a random GPS up there.
Right. Yeah. Because you'd have to input the destination every time. Which would not be fun.
But I like the glasses. Another thing they commented on too is like, well, if you have prescription glasses, what's this driver going to do? You're going to have to update the prescriptions in the glasses because the glasses aren't prescription; they're just glasses.
Right. Sure.
So who knows?
Another question. Yeah,
they should make them blue light because you're already staring at a damn screen all day. So
exactly, take some of the tension away.
Right. All right. Massachusetts voters passed measure giving Uber and Lyft green light to unionize. So
so on Tuesday, one of the things that the Massachusetts voters were voting on was a ballot to allow rideshare drivers for companies like Uber and Lyft to unionize. So the measure known as Question 3 allows rideshare drivers considered independent contractors to collectively bargain over pay and benefits. And the reason they had to pass this, I guess, under the National Labor Relations Act, drivers for Uber and Lyft, which include around 70,000 drivers in Massachusetts, do not have the right to organize. So it said on this ballot, Question 3, drivers can form a union after collecting from at least 25% of the active drivers in Massachusetts. It would allow companies to form associations, allowing them to jointly negotiate with the union during state supervised talks. Lyft says, with the passage of this ballot measure, we look forward to working collaboratively. I can't pronounce that word.
I can't either, dude. I got you.
On its working together on its implementation,
working together,
addressing some of the language concerns we have during the legislative session. Uber did not respond. That these companies don't like this at all.
Yeah,
at all, because this cuts back on their power. Unions, like most everything, I think some of them are good, some of them not so much. But if Uber and Lyft just keep turning the screws and turning the screws and turning the screws and cutting pay, locking people out, this is what's going to happen.
Right.
The people in Tennessee that I told you about, the drivers union that called me, they've left 2 messages this week on my phone wanting, inviting me to their next meeting on the 21st. But of course, one of the things that they're pushing is not to allow out-of-state drivers. So I don't think they know I live in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm
but
for that.
I think it's different though. You're not picking up, you're dropping off.
Well, I mean, I go down there and work sometimes.
Yeah, but you say it's trash there.
It usually is. I mean, you can stay busy,
but the rates are so bad.
The rates are definitely worse.
Yeah.
But you can, back to back to back. But yeah, I don't know if they'd even want me to be able to drop off there.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
know. But anyway,
Sure.
I would if I was able to, I would like to go to one of their meetings, but they're on Thursdays, and I forget what time. I don't think I could even get down there in time. But I would like to go to one sometime just to talk with people and find out more about and see if I could get one of them to be on the show and talk about what they're doing.
They should create a Facebook group and just live stream it. You know what I mean? Like that would get so many more people involved. Although it'd be tough to like if you really wanted only people in Tennessee. But I mean, I don't know. I would think that they would, do that. But
yeah, so I'll look and see. I forget what time it's at. But if I can make it down there for one of their meetings, I'm definitely going to try to.
Didn't that lady ever call you back? You left her a message
no, I left her 2 messages. She never called back.
See, that's weird. You're trying to hustle people, but then you're like, whatever. So.
Exactly. I call back and I'm wanting to talk to you. So man, I'll try to call them back again. And all right. Like I said, if I think I'd have a better chance if I can get to the meeting to talk to somebody face to face to tell them more about what we do and just say we want to just let you talk about what you are trying to do down there.
For sure. Back to the other article, Jennifer says Amazon and all the other gig apps only spend RDM money developing and optimizing their apps for the most popular flagships. Only a very small number of drivers don't have the latest iPhones and Samsungs. Really? Like you think everyone's got brand new phones and everything? Like I don't know. I mean,
I just got rid of my iPhone 7.
Right. I mean, I think the Pixel works good. It's just, maybe it is a processing thing because, she makes a good point as far as like, they're going to focus on the faster phones, I guess.
Sure.
But, I don't know. I feel like I have what do I have? An iPhone 13, maybe? I feel like I would struggle with that too. Although, what are we up to? 16, 23? I don't know.
I mean, mine are both 12s.
Okay, I think mine's a 13. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I like my little Pixel. I don't want to get rid of it. I only use it for flex. Yeah. So we'll see. But one of these days, I probably should upgrade.
Yeah.
So this
about it too much.
What's that?
So as long as you're doing okay with it, I wouldn't worry about it.
No, I'm not. If it starts preventing me from getting blocks because it's just slow, then I will. But like as far as that goes, I can still get blocks with it, so I'm not worried about that. So this was in our local group. I realized it didn't highlight or want to block his name out. There we go. This guy, and he's been a driver for a long time, and the complaint that he got says, receive a call from Uber Friday, complaint from July 17 for digital penetration. My account is now permanently disabled due to not following guidelines. This is kind of devastating since my primary income. Plead my case to deaf ears. Anyone have a similar experience? I'm like, did they actually write digital penetration in the complaint? Because that seems...
That could mean a few different things.
Oh, really? Do tell. Do explain.
I don't know what he's talking about.
You don't?
What do you think he's talking about?
I know. You don't know? So think about penetration. There's several ways to penetrate, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's genitals and there's digits.
Yeah.
Digits.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Oh, okay. I'm like, where are we going here, Larry?
No, I'm just thinking, is that what he's talking about, or is he talking about like is he wording it really weird and it's some kind of like computer hacking thing that he's talking about?
I doubt it, because why would a customer complain about computer hacking?
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, if you get hit with this complaint, I mean,
you're done.
You're done, and sure.
I feel like I should have. Hang on a second. I was like the first. God damn it! What is the name of this group? Does it say it on there?
Lyft rideshare drivers, and then it has NE, and that's as far as it goes. Or Uber-Lyft rideshare drivers. Then NE something.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I can't even. They changed the name. It's the one It's one for my group. Hold on. Motherfucker. I can't even search it. It's not coming up.
See, Mark said 100% thought it was electronic version of digital.
No way. Why can't I find this? I'm stupid.
And then, Jennifer, going back to the article about the unionization, she said exactly. They don't want to give their slaves any more power. I agree with you 100%, Jennifer. They don't want to give us. They want to take more power and give us less power for sure.
There we go.
And they just keep dialing it back.
All right.
Any luck there?
No, because I don't know how to do the internet. I'm in the group, but I can't find his damn post. I want to know if anyone commented.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Here we go. Hold on. I'm getting there. Oh, I think he deleted it. I think he deleted it. Yeah, because I clicked on his name and it'll show the post, the group post.
And it's not there.
No, it's not there. Let's see. Yep.
Yeah, he just deleted it after you outed him on the podcast. It's like I'm getting death threats now, man.
I know he didn't do it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you know that. You know that, but everybody else doesn't.
Well, I actually don't know for a fact. I mean,
right.
I don't know. So, but I'm just saying, I mean, the guy's been a driver for an eternity. But so after that happens, though, what do we always say, though? Make sure you're driving for Lyft. Make sure you're,
don't have your eggs in one basket.
Especially if he's doing it full time. My God, that's terrible. Who knows how many rides, he had. And they just and it's his word against yours or her word against, it could be him, I guess, doesn't matter. But without a dash cam,
right. And that's the thing that, it's hard to follow up, especially now that he's deleted the article, but you always want to follow up in a month and what happened? Did they hear your side of the story? Did they, cut you off for 2 weeks and then let you back on the platform, or did you just, did they just cut you off for good?
Yeah. I don't know what you do without dash cam. I think you're fucked.
Yeah. You might be.
And that's so sad too. Cause if it didn't happen, that, it ruins everything. And there's just no, I know in Michigan, it's an at-will state for employment, you know what I mean? So without a union, they can just be I don't really need you anymore and just let you go, but Uber, there's just no recourse after that happens. Well, let's go to try, or, let's have a court case. Oh, no.
Yeah. that would be my thing. I guess, obviously I have a dash cam that I run, but I'd be look, if this happened, there would be a police report. I would be arrested.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be out here still driving. This person, would report it to the police and they would throw me in jail.
Yeah. This is where I think having the Uber dash cam would be awesome, because you'd be hey, it recorded all my rides tonight. Fucking, you know which one it is. Pull it up.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Unless they were well, it happened outside of the car or whatever. But I'd be pull it up. And if they said, oh, no, we don't have it, I'd be bullshit. You got it. You just don't want to show it to me.
Oh, yeah. Man, I hate to hear that, especially, like you said, somebody that, that's their sole source of income. And they didn't, if we're, going on the assumption, like we said, that he didn't do it, which, I'm guessing he probably didn't, but, you don't know. Yeah. But you would think it would not just be, if that happened, you would think this person would report it to the police.
And we don't know if they did.
Yeah, we don't know if we did. And, I'm not victim shaming if
no,
did happen anyway, because you know how traumatic it can be, and people have different reasons for not wanting to report things or, getting involved. But that's a pretty big deal. It's not like my driver was speeding,
Yeah. Yeah. I do feel bad for the guy because, I can't help you, Bart. I feel bad. I do feel like there's an opportunity, and maybe it's because the lawyers for Uber are too big, but there's an opportunity for somebody to be an attorney for those unlawful deactivations.
Well, he needs to call the rideshare, legal rideshare.
They don't do that anymore.
No,
they don't do it anymore. My guess is it got too hard. They were hitting walls and everything. Or is this really worth Like, what am I going to get paid for this? You know,
Right.
I mean, they're there to make money. Let's
Well,
be
of course,
frank.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're used to fighting insurance companies, not big companies like Uber. You know what
Sure.
I mean? So,
Yep.
Larry, DoorDash agrees to pay $11.25 million, about double the. Never mind. I fucked that up. Never mind.
Stay out of my story, man.
No. I was going to make a comment about the Grubhub sale. I'm like, no, that was
Yeah,
$600
I know.
million. You dumb shit.
A few more zeros.
Yeah.
So DoorDash agrees to fund restitution for nearly 80,000 Illinois drivers after a lawsuit alleging tips were used to lower a company payroll cost. So yeah, they agreed to pay this because what they were doing is they were using when people were tipping, they were just using that to lower the amount that they had to give you.
Yeah.
So if you were getting, it said you're getting $10 for this trip, and the person tips $2, well then DoorDash just paid you $8, and then you got your $2 tip.
You mean like what Uber's doing?
Exactly what Uber's doing. So yeah, so it didn't matter if the person tipped $3, then DoorDash would just say pay you $7 and you get $3. So you're still making the $10. Didn't matter how much the person tipped. It wasn't going to raise your pay. So larger tips only allowed DoorDash to offset contributions to worker pay even more. Just went through some of the same examples that we did. So now this settlement requires DoorDash to have a clear disclosure of its pay model to workers and customers. Every 6 months, they have to submit a certification of its compliance with all the provisions of this decree for at least a period of 2 years. Back in 2020, they had to pay $2.5 million in a lawsuit as well. And DoorDash said, while we believe that our practices properly represented how Dashers were paid during this period, we are pleased to have resolved this years-old matter and look forward to continuing to offer a flexible way for millions of people to reach their financial goals. I'm sure they were. So
that where they have to recertify, is that just in Illinois? Is that
I know, let me see here.
It doesn't, I mean, it's fine. It would be interesting for them that they had to do that.
I don't see that it says anywhere specifically, but I would imagine it probably is just in Illinois because that's where the suit was at.
Yeah, I would just assume. But so here's the problem. I talked to my wife about this too, and when she's tipping all these people at just regular restaurants, I'm like, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to start averaging the tips, and they're going to say, oh, we're only going to pay you. Well, they got to pay. Well, that's the thing. It's a weird law. I don't know what requires a food restaurant to pay minimum wage or $2.52 an hour or whatever it is if you're waiting tables. But basically, if you were making 20, now you're going to make 15 because they're basing on the tips, but that's not guaranteed.
Right.
And so I know my wife's like, well, I tipped $1, I tipped $2. I'm like, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It might be fine now, but in a couple of years, they're going to start lowering these people's wages because that's just what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And that's one thing bad about the gig economy because that's kind of what it's done.
But at least we're not going to have to pay taxes on the tips, right?
Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah, it's funny how both of the people running in the election kind of jumped on that bandwagon.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt. I mean, when have you ever seen the government not tax something? You know, I mean,
they're going to get their share.
They're going to get their share, especially if you drive an EV. Oh my gosh, and register that vehicle, they get you.
Yep.
Lyft stock soars as rides reach an all-time high. So this was interesting that I see this, as we always bitch about Lyft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It said Lyft stock soared as much as 30% Thursday as the company's turnaround plan pushed ridership to an all-time high. The ride-sharing company posted a record 217 million rides for the quarter ending September 30, up 16% from a year ago and ahead of their 213 million rides expected. So it's not bad. Lyft adjusted earnings per share of 29 cents were ahead of the 20 cents forecast, while quarterly revenue of $1.5 billion beat Wall Street's estimate of 1.4. So that's good. After turning a profit for the first time in the second quarter, Lyft reported a $12 million in recent period loss due to restructuring in bikes and scooters divisions, which that tracks, right? I mean, that
for sure.
that probably dinged him quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean that's good. They said Lyft is no longer a ride-hailing pure play, with now embarking on partnership in food delivery and AVs. I'm like, okay, you're still a ride-hailing app. You're not really partnering with DoorDash. Like, you're giving some discounts if they buy DoorDash. That's what you're doing.
Well, they're dipping their pinky toe in the water,
right? And as a writer, they're trying to,
Sure.
whatever, smooth it over. And then the autonomous vehicles, of course, which we did see. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good news for all of us. As
Yeah.
we've said many times, we don't want them to go under. We don't want there just to be Uber out there as rideshare, or it's going to get much, much worse than it even is.
Yeah.
So it's good. Hopefully they'll continue to figure some things out and prosper and, keep chugging.
They said that adding autonomous vehicles is a huge opportunity. We look forward to partnering with even more leaders in the industry to shape its future. Oh, my God. Bunch of bullshit on that article.
Bunch of lawyer speak, right?
Right. I want to talk about Gary's apps. Go to the link in the description. You got Maximo. If you're watching the live stream, on your left, the little blue logo is Maximo. In the middle is Flex Alert. That's what I use for Amazon. And then on the right is Driver Utility Helper for DoorDash. All these apps help you make more money and be safer on the road, especially Driver Utility Helper and Maximo. Those apps, you can customize anything. You can say, if the rider had just gone to the bathroom, don't accept this ride. Like, you can get so detailed with the
if he didn't wash his hands.
If he didn't wash his hands, don't let him. I don't want to pick that guy up. So it's incredible the amount of work. Gary's a one-man band. He never even knew how to code. Taught himself how to code on YouTube, and he's amazing. And check that out. They do cost a little bit of money, but it's well worth.
Yeah, you make it up.
Oh, God, yes. And not having to tap your phone 1,000 times, like it auto declines, auto accepts, like those kind of things. It's kind of a game changer in the industry. And I know there's a lot of these apps out there, but I've tried a few of them and they've been pretty much trash. Gary's is great. And, he connects with you. If you got an issue, send him an email, connect to him on Discord. He'd be like, all right, I'll look into it. Might be a bug. And so he'll try to fix it. So again, one-man band. So if shit breaks, don't be like, this fucking company. It's him. It's him. So he's still a full-time gig worker, so it's not like he makes all his money from these apps. But I really appreciate Gary, and you guys should check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what better place to get your gig apps than from somebody who does gig work?
Yeah.
Use these apps and knows the pain points
for sure.
What needs to be fixed.
Larry, DoorDashing is zeroing on this overlooked retail segment. I put this up here because it's stupid, right? Like, they're just talking about grocery delivery, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It says new DoorDash partners are staples in their community. So, yeah, basically, this article's talking about how they are focusing on partnering with a lot of local or regional groceries and stores instead, not necessarily the
big ones,
national chains.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it says that DoorDash last month they introduced a whole bunch of new local grocer partnerships, adding to its marketplace of 500,000 local merchants. They added like 11 locations of a Kowalski store in Minneapolis, 9 locations of California's Marval food stores, 7 Geisler stores in Connecticut and Massachusetts, 6 Mile Markets in Miami-Dade, had grocery delivery at Wegmans in 5 different states. And then says this comes after the company onboarded 8 local and regional grocery chains late last year. DoorDash has had roots in local commerce through restaurant delivery since its founding in 2013. And now, as it continually evolves into a delivery company servicing all retail formats, grocery has played a huge role. So, yeah, so today you think of DoorDash, you can get Chipotle delivered, Albertsons delivered, or Sephora delivered. The core of the business was going to small mom and pops and getting them to sign up for DoorDash. So they're trying to stick with who brought them to the
That's
dance,
good.
as they say.
Yeah, I know DoorDash pretty much, they're getting into what Instacart does. They started with food. Now they're doing groceries. Now they're doing retail. And now that Amazon's getting out of the retail game, that might jump that up a little bit.
Opportunity there.
It's an opportunity, yeah. But, well, good for them. Good for DoorDash, the monster. We love them. I am going to ask you a question. This Uber threatens cutting off drivers. Did we talk about this? We talked about something, but I read through the article, and then some of it sound familiar with what we talked about, but in a Monday evening blog post. Oh, okay, so maybe it's not if it was just Monday, but they just basically said they're going to lay off thousands of New York drivers if a taxi and limousine commission decides to raise minimum pay standards. The rideshare giant argued the city's first in the nation minimum pay rules have made their service too expensive, leading to a decline in trip volume. Uber warned that further increases in pay would come at the cost of many drivers' ability to use the app. It's time for our governing bodies to wake up, Uber senior economist wrote in a post on Medium, which was shared with the New York Metro ahead of its publication. You can increase all the prices you want, but if fewer people are taking fewer trips, you end up hurting people you're trying to help. So it's kind of what we talked about.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't talk about this specifically as far as them saying layoffs. We've talked about them locking the drivers out, which is, similar, has a similar effect for sure. But this is definitely a little different.
Well, how can you lay a driver off that's not right?
Yeah, I mean, you kick them off the platform.
That's it.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I mean,
it's not necessarily a layoff, but just a permanent lockout instead of a couple hour lockout or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just permanent lockout. But
yeah, they're going to get to the point where it'll be like, okay, we have rotating weeks. So week 1 and 3, this group drives, and week 2 and 4, this group drives.
It's going to be like your college classes. Do you want Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday?
There you go. Nothing on Friday, though. Oh, no. That's everyone wants Friday, not in college, though.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm wondering how this is going to go. I mean, it's... it's Uber, puffing their chest up, right? They're going to pull out. They're going to lock them out. They're going to do all this stuff. And, I mean, most of the time they win. So they're going to have – I'm assuming they're doing this just so they can come to an agreement. You know what I mean? Like, they'll probably let them lower it a little bit, but maybe half the amount that they wanted.
Sure. And it's just going to be a constant battle in places like New York where they have these kind of situations where they're forced to pay certain prices. And I don't think they'll ever get to a stable situation in New York.
Well, now that you've entered all this stuff like with Prop 22 and AB 5, like it's always going to be topic of discussion and trying to raise the rates, pay less. Like that's why Uber spent so much money to these people. Like, hey, this is gonna be trouble. Like this is what we got, But if we start involving the government, you guys are gonna hate it. And I think a lot of people are like, ooh, I don't know if I like this.
Right.
Especially if they really love driving and now they're getting locked out of the app. So
yeah, that would be very frustrating to me to get.
Tesla and Uber launch a new incentive program for these awesome Teslas. Elon's going to be he's the first lady,
co-chairman.
No, he's the first lady.
Oh,
that's what's been going around.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And it seems like I think they've done a similar thing in the past, but this one's kind of split up. Tesla and Uber have a new program. They're attempting to get more drivers to utilize electric vehicles for their daily work. So now Tesla is offering $1,000 in credits when you take delivery of the car, and then Uber gives you another $1,000 in cash after you've done 100 trips.
Damn.
100
trips. That's nothing.
Credits can be used towards supercharging a new Tesla vehicle, service points, or select Tesla shop or upgrade purchases. But it says there are some things that the Tesla credits cannot be redeemed for, such as they can't be reissued, transferred, or redeemed for cash. They cannot be used to purchase upgrade subscriptions, gift cards, or alcohol.
Yeah, you got to put that in there.
Yeah, this is far from the first time the two companies have worked together. Uber offered a $2,000 incentive on Model 3 and Model Y purchases earlier this year. So this way they're just kind of splitting it up. Tesla's doing half of it and Uber's doing the other half.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
I think
Yeah, if
Tesla
you're,
vehicles are great for Uber. I mean, it's already an electric vehicle.
everybody seems to love them.
They love them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, not the Cybertruck, of course, but
Yeah.
uh,
Like I said, I know a guy here that in Bowling Green that drives. I think he does a lot of private rides. He actually he posted. I don't think I ever told you about this. About 2 weeks ago, he posted in our local group. He's like about to do my longest trip ever.
okay.
I'm sure it was private drive, and he drove somebody from here to like it was upstate New York.
Wow.
So yeah, I
I
don't know
mean,
what he made from that, but
that's the thing. This is where, Tesla has really just, nailed the market with the faster charging. We now everyone can use a Tesla charger with an adapter, but it still doesn't charge my car any faster. It just opens me to more opportunity to chargers.
yeah,
But yeah, Tesla's got that down because like I would never want to do that to drive, 400-500 miles. I mean, if I'm on E, it takes me 90 minutes to get to 80%. Like that's a long ass time to sit there and do that.
from here to up to into New York, that'd be a good, I don't know, probably 16 hours, maybe.
Yeah, I was guessing like 500-600 miles, but maybe that's a little light. But yeah, so I like Tesla cars. I just didn't. The only thing that really I didn't like was the physical buttons. I mean, I like the mix of I have in my car. Like I have CarPlay on the screen, but like any climate stuff, I'll have physical buttons for. I just think it's safer.
Yeah, obviously I don't have one, a Tesla or anything, but I've read that there is kind of a lot of backlash against the no physical buttons because, well, if you're driving, you're trying to keep your eyes on the road, it's much easier to reach down and turn a knob, and you can feel, okay, I've turned it 2 clicks. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Instead of having to look down and trying to get your finger exactly where it needs to be on a touch screen, and meanwhile, you're getting ready to eat the back end of a semi.
I'm sure Elon's idea, like what we talked about, remember 2019 about the self-driving, he was like, oh, it's going to happen. And here we are 6 years later.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're looking, you don't need to look at the road.
Well, that's why I think he designed it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I drove that one in Florida, it was cool. I liked it, but like, I didn't like all the touchscreens. I know I sound old, but it's a very common thing in the EV groups on Reddit. They all talk about like, we like the Tesla, but we want physical buttons for the main stuff. You know what I mean?
Boomer.
Yeah, I know, right? A boomer. I will say I've noticed in the subreddit groups, people at least in Michigan are talking about they've raised the rates for these quick chargers. Like people are paying like a shit ton of money now. I'm like, God, what is happening? Like they're trying to like match gas. So like now it's to the point where you go you go to the charger and you're paying, $50 to charge.
Yeah.
I'm like,
okay.
That kind of defeats the purpose. They're like, oh, I think what's happening is they're seeing a lot more EVs. They're like, oh, look at the opportunity we have to ding these people. And what are they going to do? We're caught with our what's in our hands because that's the only charger in 100 square miles.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
As soon as they get a bunch of them, it'll be different, right? It'll be price wars. But
exactly. That's why I still don't think I would go eat completely EV. I'd love to have a hybrid. I'd love to have my hybrid Camry or something.
Well, I think my wife's car is going to be a plug-in hybrid next time.
Yeah,
plug-in hybrid's great because she can go to work, come home, and never use gas. But then if we go north, it just kicks over to the hybrid engine. You know what I mean? So they're pricey though. They're more expensive than EVs.
Yeah,
I think because you got the hybrid technology in there and you got the electric in there. So
right, yeah, you got to. Yeah, and this is. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I assume once we got to a certain tipping point where enough people are driving electric, then they were going to raise the prices on it because they can. Well, and it just sounds like it's happening a little earlier than I thought it would.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it is a little frustrating to have that happen. I know the chargers by me that I drive by every day to go to work and come home. Every day in the morning, there's been 2 cars on that charger. So I don't know if they're traveling at night and they're charging up, but
right.
So, Jennifer drives a Model 3. Says I drive a Model 3 on DoorDash and Uber Eats. I can hold down on the right scroll wheel on the steering wheel to adjust the heat and the AC. FSD is at full self-driving, makes it so that I rarely use my feet to drive. Oh man, that's like me on the cruise. So Chevy has that cruise on the highways. Like you turn that shit on, like, oh man, it's so nice. You just like, it's weird to know what to do with your hands because, don't be gross. Because you're normally holding the steering wheel, but like if you're not eating or doing anything, I'm just like,
right.
But it's not like the self-driving because if I look away for like 4 seconds, it's like beep, 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 beep. You know what I mean? And maybe the Tesla does that too. But so she has full self-driving mode. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, it might be nice in like bumper to bumper traffic, but oh man, I need to. Just like anything, it takes a while. It took me a while to trust the Super Cruise. My wife's like, "How do you trust that?" And I was like, "Well, I've done it. 10,000 miles I've used the Super Cruise." So
right. And it's just a matter, like you said, of experiencing it. Everybody's going to be freaked out the first time you do it, and then if you've seen it happen for 10,000, 50,000 miles, 100,000 miles, whatever it is, you're like, well, yeah.
It hasn't killed me yet.
Yeah.
And I haven't even had any really big close calls, so I'm good with it.
Except when your car jams on your brakes when you're not expecting.
That was in the pre-show. Why'd you tell people? You need to go to the pre-show and hear that story. All right, we'll do this last one. This is a DoorDash guy that finally got arrested. The thief had said it hacked thousands of DoorDash driver accounts, draining them up to $700,000. So play that and then talk about that real quick. Where the fuck's the video? Did I not load the video? Oh my gosh, Jason. What the fuck? I know. I thought I loaded it.
You need to get some sleep.
Shut up. Give me a second. It's processing. It's a little bit longer. It's my poverty internet. It's still processing. How long is this damn thing? It's 1:42. Why are you still processing? I blame Uber. I blame Tesla.
It's Uber's fault.
I wonder if I thought I loaded it. I wonder if, there it is. Okay, shut up.
Stanford police say this is the man behind it, 21-year-old David Smith. Police first arrested Smith in January after patrol officers responded to a domestic violence incident at an apartment on Prospect Street. The department's financial crimes unit then took an interest in him due to what officers noticed in the apartment.
Stacks of cash, over 100 payment cards in names other than the two people involved, a handgun, 2 fake IDs, and an illegal extended magazine on that handgun.
Investigator Mike Stempian says there were also 5 safes filled with cash.
Damn.
In total, police recovered $733,000 from the apartment.
So it's a massive amount of money in a single apartment in Stanford for this guy running the scheme. It was obviously very lucrative to him.
The scheme allegedly targeted DoorDash drivers in California. Police say Smith would use one of his many phones to place a fake delivery order to a restaurant in the Golden State. Then when the driver was on the way, police say Smith would call them from a different phone and say he was DoorDash support and there was a problem with the order.
Then he would get them to click a link or go to a website, and then that essentially would turn over their credentials, their username and password to him. Once he was in control of that, he would change the billing information and steal any funds that they had for deliveries they had done, basically steal their paycheck.
Smith is accused of doing this to more than 700 drivers over the course of 2.5 years. Police say he also stole the identities of another 75 people to open over 100 debit card accounts where he transferred the stolen money. They don't know why Smith...
Oh, geez. That scared the shit out of me, by the way. That I thought it would continue. I wasn't paying attention to the time, and then it did the little TikTok thing.
Yeah, that'll wake you up.
Yeah, I don't understand why people... Why are you still following this? So, like, a lot of millennials and Gen Z, like, they're doing all this work. They're supposed to be tech gurus. Like, why are you clicking links and doing...
Well, it said he was calling the restaurant.
No, he wasn't calling the restaurant.
I thought in there is saying he was calling the restaurant.
He would place an order to a restaurant, and then when the driver was on the way, he would call the driver as the customer, but
I'll have to listen to it again.
Yeah, but as customer support and say, hey, you got to change whatever. I mean, it wasn't the whole article, but so yeah, I don't think it really had anything to do with the restaurant unless I missed it. But yeah, you do not Do not do that. Do not click links. I don't know if he threatens them that they're going to like get fired or whatever, or maybe it's people that don't speak English very well. I don't know, but that's crazy.
Yeah, there's no telling. Yeah, well, I mean, you harp on it all the time. People are always looking to take your money. They want to make money the easy way. They want to scam it out of people.
Yeah,
but man, $700,000.
Well, here's a tip. Don't break the law when you got $700,000 in cash and suitcases in your fucking apartment.
But man, I mean, that's enough. Seeing all that is just enough for the cops to get suspicious. I mean, if they come in my house, I mean,
well, I think they got suspicious because they saw all the bank cards.
He's gonna walk in and see my water gun, man. They're gonna.
Oh my gosh, your stupid water gun. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Don't have it laying out in the house. He said he opened 100. What do they say? 100 debit card accounts or something. Put that money in the bank, man.
Yeah,
you got 100 accounts. Spread it out.
Yeah, he's stupid. I don't know why he would do that. The criminals. I mean, they're gonna get caught. You're eventually gonna get caught, and they're criminals and they're stupid. It's just like, why would you do that? It's like when people are riding dirty out in the field or outside in the city. Make sure your brake lights work. Make sure your tail lights work, because those cops are going to pull you over. My daughter, the other day, it was about a month ago, maybe a little longer. So my old Pilot, she drives. Yeah. No, it's got rust on the back. You know, it's well used. Well, she had a brake light out. Sure as shit, she got stopped. You know what I mean? It's just like, if it's a
did
newer
she freak out, or did you?
No, she did okay. She did okay. Well, it's funny. The night before, I followed her home because she had something at the high school. No problem. No problem. It had literally gone out that morning or something.
Really?
And then later that night when she drove home, he pulled her over. But that's my point. I'm not going to get pulled over. You're probably not. It's a cleaner, newer car, but she hasn't got it in a car wash. You know what I mean? It's just kind of it's not a piece of shit, but it's definitely like a little hoopty.
Yeah. It's seen some things.
It's seen a lot of things, Larry. In and out. That car has seen puke. It's seen glitter. It's seen nudity. It's seen you can imagine. Not nudity for me. Calm down, everybody.
That's just from our picnic weekend.
That's great. What a good ending. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Jennifer, thank you for listening. We live stream every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then
please join our Telegram group, Jennifer. We'd love to chat with you.
And then we also, the audio podcast releases every Monday where you listen to podcasts. So we appreciate your feedback and your comments. We always like new people. And sounds like you're a pretty good gig worker out there. Next week, Gabe will be on, and the week after that for Thanksgiving, I'll have a best of. We're going to take that Wednesday night off, so it will not be a live stream, but it'll be on that Monday. So I said next Wednesday, but there'll be no live stream the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but there will be audio the following Monday. So putting a bunch of clips together. So Jennifer says, "I'm glad Jason Flex Daddy's daughter is safe." That's don't
change it to Flex Daddy.
Please don't use those words in the same sentence, because that makes it weird.
Who was it? Gabe's just finding out about Rat Tail Daddy.
I know.
Flex Daddy.
I know. And Rat Tail Daddy is a shout out to Pete, because he had come on or I don't know, because he hadn't seen me in a while, and I'm growing my hair out. You can't really see it now, but it's super long. So
we noticed it at the picnic.
Yeah. Oh, it's real long now.
I'm sure.
He said, called me Rat Tail Daddy, so I'm like, all right, that's my new name. New name.
There you go. Claim it.
All right, guys, and as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road.
This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.